My name is Catherine Marshall, and this is my heart. On paper, I am a perfectly healthy 28-year-old female. This winter, my heart and I took a trip to Sri Lanka. Despite my results on paper, where my echocardiogram is marked as excellent, I actually suffer from low tension, so I'm cold all of the time. In Sri Lanka, it's hot all of the time. I've never in my life known such warmth on such a consistent basis, at least not since the womb. That's because I was born here, specifically in New York City, which is more well known for its skyline instead of its tan line. When I went to Sri Lanka, they gave me a visa and they printed it on this page. In the United States passport, they have printed this quote: "We send thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are glad they are still here, and we hope it will always be so." Excerpt from the Thanksgiving address, Mohawk version. I wonder how many trees have been cut down to produce American passports? What do we expect to learn from animal life if we keep destroying their habitat? Our habitat? Luckily for you, a German manufacturer of electrical devices for health and well-being has come up with an answer for this problem. I present to you the sun. This product comes with a manual. When you purchase the sun, this is what Burr suggests. "Dear valued customer, thank you for choosing our products. Our name stands for high quality, thoroughly tested products for applications in the area of heat, weight, blood pressure, body temperature, pulse, gentle therapy, massage, and air." Why use a daylight lamp? Well, when the hours of daylight are noticeably decreased in autumn, people increasingly stay inside. The effects of lack of light may accumulate. This is often described as seasonal affective disorder, SAD. The symptoms can present themselves in a number of ways. 1, imbalance. 2, subdued mood. 3, lack of energy and listlessness. 4, generally feeling under the weather. 5, need for more sleep. 6, loss of appetite. And 7, difficulty concentrating. cause of these symptoms is the fact that light, particularly sunlight, is essential for life and has a direct effect upon the human body. However, unlike the sun, this user manual comes with a warning. For example, the light of the daylight lamp is only intended for use on the human body. Do not use in the vicinity of people who are helpless, children under 3, or people who are insensitive. Do not use after taking painkillers or drugs or drinking alcohol. Danger of strangulation is possible because of the excessively long cables. And you cannot repair the device. The device contains no parts you can repair. I didn't actually go to Sri Lanka just for the sun. I took a plane, 2 planes actually, which inevitably put more carbon into the atmosphere and then thinned the ozone layer, which made the sun even more hazardous for my pale Euro-American skin. I actually went to Sri Lanka for a yoga teacher training program. After 14 hours in a metal tube, I arrived on the sunny island. As luck would have it, my training was indoors. As part of my program, I learned about meditation, yoga, vitality, nutrition, spirituality, energy, anatomy, and gravity. However, as my mind focused more and more on the subjects, my body became sicker and sicker. 10 kilograms of myself disappeared into a toilet. Could I ask you to move, please? The sickness drew me indoors, into bed, and into depression. When the body, mind, and spirit are balanced, we are healthy. Right now, my head is perfectly balanced between the bench and the floor, between the sky and the earth. This clever little contraption relieves me of the duty of having to hold up my own head. However, I can't spend my entire life under a bench. So, one must seek other options for balance. The root cause of suffering is actually imbalance. The prefix im means not or opposite. For example, impossible. Some causes and consequences of imbalance are inflammation, insomnia, introversion, and insanity. The prefix in also means no or not. However, when you are not imbalanced, you're actually in balance. A subtle but primordial difference to take into account. For example, there is inaction. And then there's being in action. As you can see, they're very different things. Ironically, if you separate the word imbalance into two words, it becomes a sentence. Instead of being imbalanced, I'm balance. I am balance. In Ayurveda, which is otherwise known as the knowledge of life, balance is key. Ayurveda emphasizes total wellness to harmonize our internal and our external worlds. Could I please have 3 volunteers? Please hold this. In Ayurveda, we are balancing 3 energies. 1, we have Vata, which is air. Could you please blow in the coconut? Our second one is we have Pitta, otherwise known as fire. quelqu'un du feu? On va arriver, hein? Ah, Pitta. And you, Kapha. Water. I invite you to take a drink. Virginia, would you please put your fire in Emmanuel's coconut? And Rosalie, would you mind putting out the fire? Easy. Ayurveda is so simple. In ancient wisdom, all in front of you in 10 minutes. When you have too much or too little of one thing, you fall out of balance. You can sit down. Thank you. The biological and earthly energies govern all physical and mental processes and provide every living being with an individual blueprint for health and wellness. Like all good products, our Bluetooth has disconnected. If you're feeling unhealthy, unbalanced, and unfulfilled, there's a reason. This could be simply solved by going outside. However, we are in Paris and we're on private property, and access to the garden is forbidden. So, I've done my very best to bring the outdoors indoors. If you'd like to touch, you can. You can touch the earth. Please, smell it. Enjoy. Feel connected with your source. You can have some if you like. Anyone want some garden? Yes, help yourself, please. Go ahead. unfortunately, just touching and seeing nature is not enough, and it won't bring us back into balance. Luckily for you, there's a product for this. And I've spent my artist production budget on bringing the earth inside. I simply have to take this plug, this wire, plug it into this mat, and then take the wire, plug it into this adapter, and then unplug my iPhone charger and plug in this. Now, I am in direct contact with Mother Earth. What I'm standing on is called a grounding mat. Not to be confused with what we say to misbehaving adolescents when we say you're grounded. This grounding mat is supposed to withdraw my excess of electrons, bring it back into the planet Earth, and alleviate me of stress and tension that I've accumulated by living in a world where I no longer have contact with nature. Thank God for this mat. However, this building was built before 1940, and upon reading further in the user manual after ordering this mat from England and paying 18 euros in express shipping fees, I later learned that the outlet is not compatible with my mat, and I'm not connected to anything at all. This recording you're hearing was recorded in Sri Lanka at 6:30 in the morning when I was awoken by cows in my garden. I went outside and I found a pack of 5 wild dogs and 6 cows eating all of our fruit and produce, and the dogs doing nothing. I thought I'd share this moment with you so you could feel outside and on the island of Sri Lanka. Where's my phone? Oh. As we are in a product world. All this to say, we're trying to find balance. We seek balance in Eastern medicine and Ayurveda, in yoga, in walks in nature. But in reality, the human body is the most electrical thing on the planet. The only Western doctors who recognize the human body as an electrical field are cardiologists. So I ask you, with all the appliances American money can buy, our production budgets can buy, all the wisdom of Ayurveda, a hefty knowledge of the English language and prefixes and suffixes. Water. And over 200 hours of training, 10 years of practice, 4 years of teaching in yoga. A garden in my Parisian apartment. Fresh food. Can pass this around. Pass it around. So what's missing? How can I have all this and still feel imbalanced? Unsatisfied? Unhappy? I have no cell service over there.
But I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? Yeah. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my hard pay. All of my own is tired out. My knees not straight away till the tears run down from my eyes. Oh, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? He works hard every day. Put me down, they say I'm gone crazy. They say I got a lot of water in my brain. Oh, I got no common sense, I got nobody left to to love, find me somebody to love, find me somebody to love, find me somebody.